Yo, what's up? Yeah, man. Got a chance to check out Pearl. Now, this is a prequel to X, which is probably still my favorite horror movie of the year. I know Barbarian is getting a lot of recognition, but personally, I still like X better. Mia Goth always seemed to be in weird movies. She's kind of gothic, and she picks interesting roles to star in or to be a part of an ensemble cast. Now, this is her movie. Mia Goth is front and center. Matter of fact, she co-wrote this movie, and she is also executive producer. So she put a lot into this. Ty West must have sold her a good story and concept with this soon-to-be trilogy. This movie takes place in 1918, I believe, and pre-World War II. She has a German mother, and she's tough as nails. And mothers know how their daughters are because they used to be their daughter way back in the day. They know when you're going through puberty, you're getting desires and things, and her mother makes sure she suppresses all of that shit. No, you gonna stay on this farm, help me with your decrepit daddy, take care of these farm animals, and tend to the business. All these hopes and dreams of wanting to be a singer or whatever you want to be on Broadway and Hollywood, that shit ain't happening. This is reality. Plus, you're not blonde and you don't fit the mold of Hollywood anyway. So get that shit out of your head. This film, though directed by the same guy, feels like two whole different movies as far as the look, which I truly appreciate. This is done like with Technicolor. When color first came out on TV, it's very, very bright. It's illuminating across the screen. It's vibrant. And at the same time, the tone is totally opposite. You're looking at something beautiful, but you feel dread throughout the whole film. And this film takes its time. It's a character study. You get to know everybody in this movie. Therefore, you become invested in every character. When something bad happens, you truly feel bad. Mia Goth is in 87% of every scene of this movie. She monologues. She looks into the camera. She is giving it her all in this role. And there's a question, is this a horror movie? Yes, it's a horror movie. It's also a psychological thriller. It's a couple of genres, not just horror. And when it gets down to the killing, in the second and third act, it goes bananas. That third act, when it ends, you're kind of glad it's over, because it's a lot to take in. But Ty West did a masterful job in directing this movie. I'm not sure what kind of budget he had, but it was spent well. This movie is gorgeous to look at. And all the characters that you're introduced to, you don't dislike anybody. There's not a villain in this movie except for, well, Pearl, because you're slowly watching a psychopath come into their own. But you like Pearl too. It blows your mind, man. It totally blows your mind. And I can't say enough about Mia Goth's performance. There's a moment in the film where she monologues with no interruption in one take for about maybe 2.5 to 4 minutes. It's amazing. This woman is a fantastic actor. She is built for the long run in this Hollywood business. She is a force to be reckoned with. I absolutely enjoyed myself watching this movie. I was deeply invested. I was on the edge of my seat. There's moments in the film where you're clutching your seat and balling your fist. There's a scene at the dinner table with mother, daughter, and father. And father's in a wheelchair. He's decrepit. He can't do shit but move his eyeballs. And the tension at this dinner table is so thick. You can literally see the tension floating through the air, and you can definitely cut through it with something as easy as a butter knife. It is astonishing. The texture, the atmosphere, the aesthetic of this film is to behold. This is filmmaking at its best. And if you want to classify it as horror or a psychological thriller, whatever you want to do, this movie is A+ material. I love this film. There's touches throughout the film that blends in, that makes it adjacent and a prequel to its predecessor, which is X. It does flow together nicely, man. It's really cool because, not trying to spoil anything, but when you see X, it was obvious that this lady is playing an old lady and is playing herself in this movie. I didn't understand the concept until the ending of X, and I said, I get it. This was Mia Goth's movie to begin with. I didn't know that, When I seen that ensemble cast, I didn't know who was going to survive in X. And now I see why the marketing is so incredible, because there's a new trailer out called Maxine, spelled with 3 X's. So this is a trilogy. So it takes place in Los Angeles, like in the mid-'80s. This is marketing at its best. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. And I don't even like prequels. When prequels are done right, see, they had a plan to begin with. That's why this prequel works. Excellent. Ti West is a genius. Go check out Pearl if you haven't. I recommend it. This is fun. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends. And more importantly, leave your comments down low. And I'm out. You know the routine. Fade to black.